welcome back to the Retro Wave. I am your host, El Tiburon. This month, we're talking about our all-time favorite cartoons. With me, I've got a recurring guest on here, Mr. 24/7, Mr. One Night Dance, Mr. Lucas is too spicy for me, Sexy Chino. What's going on, Chino?
I'm good. Thanks for having me again. And yes, Lucas is more spicy than you think.
And back after a year-long hiatus, I practically had to beg her to come back on. Every time I asked her, hey, Mayra, we need you back on. Give me a year. Give me a year. And I told her, guess what? It's been a year. You got to come back on. So last time I had her on, I kept calling her Phoenix. And then I forgot to call her Phoenix. And I kept calling her Mayra. Because guess what? Your name's not Phoenix. It's Mayra. So I'm just calling you Mayra.
Hey guys, yes, after
Wow.
much insisting, I'm back.
We're not gonna use your alias. You're just Mayra.
I know. Yep, that is my name. No, might as well not use any aliases at this point.
Yeah. So you guys are back. Last year we talked about our favorite cartoon themes of all time. This time we're gonna be ranking our all-time favorite cartoons. Period. So this is like, 80s, 90s, 70s, up until now. I know I had talked with Mayra, I think a few weeks back, and she said she doesn't really watch cartoons that much anymore. Right?
Yes, that is very true. It's have a huge years of gaps of not watching it. So my picks are gonna be more of the earlier years of growing up.
Hey, and if you don't mind me adding, I could take this out later if you want to, but you've done work in the animation field, so that's why I want to bring you into the cartoon podcast episodes, because you know your cartoons. And something I forgot to bring up the first time I had you on, you drew the artwork for this podcast, the shark on the surfboard drinking the IPA.
Yeah, yep, that was me. Yeah, you called me up one moment and asked me, hey, Myra, do you think you could draw me my logo for my podcast that I'm making? I'm like, well, sure, I could try. I don't really consider my drawing skills that great, but I said, sure, I'm here thinking maybe something small. And he busts out with, can you do like a shark and like a cartoon shark with like showing like the horrors that like one of my favorite horror characters, like incorporating something like that, like Jason, and oh yeah, maybe holding a beer, and then yeah, maybe some a video game or something like that with a belly. And I'm like taking notes. I'm like, oh man, I'll be able to do this. So I said I would try, and I did, and I'm just glad you liked it.
Yeah, I think I told you last year that in my head I had like a image of how it was gonna look, but then when you showed me the image, I was like, God damn, I didn't think it was gonna look like this good. In my head, it was like stick figure drawings, I think. When you showed it, I was like, holy crap, this is good.
Yeah, now when I was drawing, I was like, oh man, I don't know if he's gonna like it or what. And yeah, when you told me that, I'm like, oh cool, all right, that's great. If you only knew, it was like a Frankenstein shark of like so many images. I was looking online to get ideas, and you even pointed out some that I actually did look online that you kind of tell influenced it. So
I think I saw a little bit of the Jabberjaw, the Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah. Or which was the one that they're like those cartoons with those sharks? They're like
Street
wearing
Sharks.
shorts and a tank top.
Street Shark.
Street Sharks. I have on my shirt right here. The Street Sharks.
Oh, yeah, that one. I looked at one of those too for inspiration. I'm like, I think he might like this idea.
Yeah. So for those of you, because I've gotten a lot of like compliments on that art, like, man, you have a really cool like graphic for your podcast. I'm like, yeah, like I didn't draw it. So it's Mayra. Mayra's the one that drew it. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it because there's a lot of meat on the bone. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break and come right back.
And Cool's teaming up with a good balanced breakfast.
Teaming up with Mr. T cereal. It's getting on the team that knows how cool breakfast can be. You get a crispy corn taste with a touch of brown sugar. Teaming up with Mr. T.
It's Cool.
Teaming up with Mr. T. Golden sweet crispy teas. One bite and you're gonna be eating with the team that's teaming up with Mr. T.
It's Cool.
Teaming up with Mr. T.
I feel like every like licensed cereal back in the day looked exactly the same. Like it was just yellow corn, like generic cereal. Remember, like the Batman
Talk
one?
about like cereal that you talk about like a cereal like that wasn't exclusive to Kellogg's or the Grain Horse.
Yeah, you know, like when like Batman the movie or like Pac-Man or whatever, didn't they all look the same? They just had different shapes.
Hey, remember they even had like WWF ones.
Yeah, and that,
they had the same shape, the little shapes too.
yeah.
Well, some of them were badly done too. If you're talking about Pac-Man, you're like, is it like Pac-Man? It looks like someone looked up it for him. But question, did any of you guys ever eat that cereal, Mr. T? I never did. Was it
No. I just remember that from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Remember when he's having breakfast?
No, I don't remember.
I remember that. He's having breakfast right there.
He serves himself like
cereal.
like a giant bowl, remember? And he just eats like two little like pieces of cereal, and then he's like done.
Like, I'm good.
Back when cereal was what would they say? It's a part of your balanced meal or whatever, balanced breakfast or whatever.
Balanced breakfast. Balanced breakfast.
Oh, there you go.
How can you forget breakfast? The most important meal of the
day.
They always say the most important meal, right, of the day.
And as a kid, you believed it, like, all right, a banana,
full of sugar,
some fruit, like some eggs, and then like 50 grams of sugar.
Pretty much.
All right, so like I mentioned last year, we talked about our favorite cartoon themes. This time, we're actually gonna just talk about our all-time favorite cartoon. So, I'm interested to see, like, are we gonna have some overlap from our themes to also our cartoons? So that should be interesting. Let's see if there's a lot of overlap with that, and let's see if we have a lot of the same picks, because we're about the same age. I think Mayra, we're about the same age. Rudy's only a few years older than us, but we're all around the same age.
I doubt I'm a few years older. I think I'm way farther than you guys. In wrestling years.
I think my picks are gonna be so different from you guys.
Yeah.
If they're similar, I'll be surprised.
Well, let's find out. Since you are the lady on the podcast, we're gonna go to, as always, we go from number 5 to number 1. We all picked our top 5 favorite, and since Mayra's first, Mayra's a lady, we're gonna go with her number 5 pick first. So at number 5, Mayra's got the iconic. She just said Looney Tunes. So when you put Looney Tunes at your number 5, are you including all Looney Tunes, all the characters?
This is why I kind of struggled with my choices, because there are only 5, and there was that gap that I didn't watch a lot of cartoons, but there are still a lot of cartoons that I did like. So it was a little tough picking a few of these. Some were like right on. I was like, this is my number 1. But there was quite a few that I battled with, and I chose Looney Tunes that it's not like from all the years that they remake them and stuff. It's kind of specifically the old school Looney Tunes from like 1940s, 50s, 60s, like those. I just remember being a kid and I loved watching them. And you know me, Mario, so I love the Roadrunner. He's like one of my favorites.
Yep.
And yeah, it was just one of those cartoons that I have really fond memories, especially with my brother. And even till this day, he'll like send me like some funny clips when they're actually giving it on cable, like the old school ones, and that we both laughed a lot about. Especially one of our favorites that was just so silly is Yosemite Sam. So he has done a lot of funny moments with him that he would even still send me like on my phone like little clips like recording it like on his TV, and I'll just start cracking up because it'll just bring me back memories. And just all those years of the earlier moments where working in animation nowadays is like you have to be very careful like what you could show now that would be insulting to people, or you have to be a little sensitive of certain stuff now. And you couldn't even look back at Tom and Jerry, like now you couldn't get away with some of the stuff they used to back then. So it's just kind of like more free, more fun, and yeah, I just had to choose that one for number 5.
Yeah, I felt like back then there was more, like you said, more freedom. Like Tom and Jerry were hitting each other with like anvils and freaking frying pans.
Yeah, it was like, now it's like you literally have to pass it along with people who review like what you could do. Like if a kid is like near the pool or something, depending if it's a kid cartoon, and if they're near a pool, the character is like, sometimes you have to be, well, legal or whoever, or the ones that are checking about safety, say, well, the pool has to have a cover if they're not on it, or they can't be too close to it, or if they're going to be in the pool, make sure you have to draw them with swim vests.
What?
It just like literally it's it's a lot more like less freedom.
That's a real thing? Like you gotta put, if they're riding a bike, they gotta wear like a helmet or something?
It also depends too, because obviously if you're doing like kid shows, they're very conscious of that. If you're doing more like for adults and stuff, I'm assuming it's a lot more freer. But I mean, in general, there's still kind of like layers of like what you have you ever drawn something and they're like, you need to add a helmet, or maybe that's not safe? Yeah, no. Since I'm not much of the like, I wasn't the drawer. I was more like little revisions here and there. No, that would be for like more after they review it from like say the board artists. Once they review it, then they'll have to like say like, oh, you didn't draw whatever helmet and elbow pads. You have to put it on because it might be like an issue.
What do you think about that, Sexy Chino?
Standard practices. That's what you have to say. Standard practices. It's like it's you have to deal with the parents group and things like that, and so it's all about standard practices.
And I gotta give it up to Chino, man. He said it correctly. We leave it as SP for short.
Oh,
like they'll say like SP is not gonna like that. So.
Damn.
XP says, just make sure this and this and this. Probably can't say that word, etc.
Damn, times have changed. But I do remember like the Looney Tunes back in the day, like the old ones. Wasn't there some with like, speaking of like controversial stuff, wasn't there stuff with like Hitler and like Bugs Bunny?
Yeah. I don't know if you could get away with that now.
Not now.
No, probably not.
There was some like borderline, even like racist stuff. I remember some of those older cartoons.
Yeah, like that. Like definitely, you can get away with that now. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that was bad already then. That was already bad then. Imagine now, no.
No, because like, did you hear of the Disney Plus? They added some of the Muppets, so they put like a warning. Remember?
Oh, they did?
Yeah, for the Disney Plus. Disney's really getting into that.
Oh, well, Disney's always been more. I always like
Muppets.
With the Muppets, like one of the like I think it's they put like a warning and say, okay, this could be a racial something for the kids, so you take your choice by watching or something like that.
Yeah,
they have like one of those.
Especially when it gets to like more smaller like kids shows, it's understandable, and obviously when they get, even now when I look at it, I'm like, on some of like the more racist kind of stuff, I'm like, God, that's bad. But some of the little simpler stuff, like they're walking near a pool, it's like, no, they can't be that close. You're like,
damn. Speaking of racist, you all remember Speedy Gonzalez, right?
Oh, I remember that he also was in question now, right?
But do you remember Slowpoke Rodriguez?
Which is me, not the slowest mouse, which is you.
Maybe Slowpoke is pretty slow downstairs in the feet, but he's pretty fast upstairs in the cabeza. no tiene por qué le falta la cucaracha.
Is there a more kind of like racist song than for, I mean, at least for Mexicans, than La Cucaracha?
Yeah, I don't even know if that would even make it in a new episode. I mean, now it's like they were reanimating it, and will he even like make the cut now? Like,
And I don't know about you. I mean, you're Mexican like me. I
Yeah.
took no offense to Speedy Gonzalez or Slowpoke
no.
Rodriguez.
It's funny. That's why it's kind of like, it just makes you laugh. Sometimes it's like, I mean, yeah, there is bad, like sometimes you're like, but then there's some that you're just like, it's just funny. It's like not a big deal. But now it's like, you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Can't say none of that stuff anymore.
Hmm.
All right. Well, that was Mayra. Well, you already said, right? Your favorite, obviously, Roadrunner.
Character from the Looney Tunes, definitely Roadrunner. The most hilarious that I like to see is Yosemite Sam.
I was gonna play a clip of Roadrunner and Wiley, but I'm like, they don't talk.
They don't
That's
talk.
more of a visual.
You have to
No,
do Yosemite.
they go. Doesn't the Roadrunner go beep beep at the?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I stand corrected. All right. Well, that was your number 5, Mayra. I was about to call you Phoenix right there. That was Looney Tunes.
Oh, now you're remembering?
So
Now.
we're gonna go now to Sexy Chino's number 5 pick.
We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony. And in this cartoony, we're invading your TV. With comic dispensers, we crack up all the censors. On Tiny Toon Adventures, get a dose of comedy. So here's at the Acres, it's a
So at number 5, Sexy Chino's got kind of in the same theme, I guess, but the more modern version. Tiny Toon Adventures as his number 5 pick. Did you pick this last year on your one of your favorite cartoon themes, or was that Mayra?
I don't think so.
No, not me.
Or maybe it was an honorable mention. So
I think it was Animaniacs that we chose,
Yeah.
right? Maybe
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Animaniacs.
So this is your number 5, Sexy Chino. Why is this your number 5?
It's a really cool cartoon because like it's like the kids version of the Looney Tunes, and it's pretty cool because like they actually use some of the Looney Tune guys as being the teachers in the show.
Yeah, they had Bugs,
So, yeah.
right? Bugs Bunny and
Bugs Bunny's there, Taz. Elmira is actually the kid from it's a Yosemite Sam or the other guy.
you know,
The guy
Mayra?
that used to chase
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd, yeah.
It
'Cause
is.
you can see the looks on it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. She's the Elmer Fudd's daughter. Oh,
Yeah, look at their faces.
huh, didn't know that. So who was your favorite like character from the show?
Plucky,
Oh, was that the duck, the green duck?
the duck, yeah, the green duck. Yeah, Plucky was cool.
You remember this episode?
Want to flush the potty. Remember to use the toilet paper, honey. Toilet paper go down the hole. Toilet paper go down the hole. Toilet paper.
Dude, I remember. I don't know if this was like 6th grade or 5th grade, but everybody and recess paper go down the hole. That's what
Oh
everybody.
my god, I had forgotten about that.
Oh.
So many memories. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I totally remember that episode. Like everything go down the hole.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Just a quick one. Mayra just got me horrible flashbacks. My brother used to call me Mayra sometimes too, because was she like the annoying one? Like,
Yeah, she's
like,
the one
yeah.
that had
the characters, right?
she had a skull, like a skull little
Like a
thing on her.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Anything that rhymes close to Mayra, I got it for sure.
Was her name Elmira or Elvira?
No,
I think it's
Elmira.
I think it's Elmira.
Elmira. Okay.
Yeah, Elmira.
New nickname for you, Mayra. Elmira.
No. Then instead of another year that I come back, it's gonna be like never.
She doesn't want to do an Undertaker visit anymore, dude.
Yeah, Mayra's on the Undertaker schedule.
Yeah, Undertaker schedule, exactly.
All right. Well, that was Sexy Chino's number 5. I'm gonna go to my number 5 pick now. My number 5 pick, I've got He-Man. I feel like this is the first cartoon I ever remember seeing as a kid. Like, if trying to go back in my mind of the first cartoon I ever saw, I think it was He-Man. I mean, I'm sure there was something else, but this is the one I remember. And it might have been higher on my list if I didn't make the mistake of watching He-Man like 10 years ago on Netflix and being like, what the hell was I thinking as a kid watching this cartoon? Is so weird and so bad. Were you a He-Man fan, Mayra?
If there was like a top 10 or something, it would have made the cut. But I agree with you. It's one of those that didn't age as well, but it's still one of those nostalgic, like just fun stuff. And then obviously you have to make fun of the innuendo videos that you see about He-Man.
Oh, when you talk about innuendo video, you're talking about this over here?
And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it out.
Yes.
In my head and I need a peculiar. And so I wake in the morning.
Next time, Yvette, my wife makes me dance. Make sure I do bust that little He-Man dance when he's.
I will remind her.
Now, when I think of He-Man, I always think of this music video instead of like the actual He-Man.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. What about you, Chino?
But you gotta understand that that's Adam, not He-Man, all right?
Oh, that's true.
Ooh.
Adam, the Prince of Eternia. Very true. But I still had to put, even though I was disgusted with this cartoon when I saw it again like 10 years ago, I'm like, I still gotta put it on the top 5 because this cartoon, like, kind of, it was like my life, I think, as a little kid. I had like the action figures, you had the He-Man, Skeletor, the furry ass guy that had like Moss Man or whatever the hell his name was. Was that Moss Man? There was like a hairy dude. He actually had like fur on him.
I don't remember his name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but
what about Stinkor? Did you get Stinkor?
That was the skunk.
That was the skunk.
He stunk? The figure stunk?
Yeah, the figure actually stunk.
Oh, I don't remember that. I remember I had a lot. I had him, Moss Man. You remember Orko? The little like wizard.
Yeah, Orko.
He was like a little wizard guy.
He always couldn't do magic. It would mess up.
Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah.
He was cute.
And I think what ruined the cartoon for me was when the movie came out. I think I brought this up on one of the most recent.
The live action one?
Yeah.
With Lundgren, or what's his name?
Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
God. No, yeah.
They couldn't get a lot of the copyrights. That's why they couldn't use a lot of the actual characters. So they kind of had to create their own.
And I kind of, when you can't get the copyrights, and I think that's the sign that says, like, maybe we should look. That's not going to be He-Man.
They're eating like fried chicken in the movie or something. Like, you remember that, Chino?
But it's funny because like you talk about that movie, but there's actually some fans that actually wanted those figures, and then like I think NECA started making them.
Yeah, that's true. I think they did start making those.
Because you know it was going to be a hit, and it was going to be collector items, and they're going to come rare. Watch.
Yeah.
That's why they want them. They're like, this bomb, but man, this is going to be a rare figure.
So I still had to give some love to He-Man because little version of me was a He-Man fan. For what reason, I don't know, but I was a He-Man fan.
Hey, I was a He-Man fan. I ain't afraid to say it.
Yeah,
I was too.
but I challenge you guys to go like watch an episode, like find one on YouTube and sit through the whole episode and watch it.
Yeah.
And
I haven't seen it in years.
and then look in the mirror and honestly tell yourself, this is a good cartoon. This is good material.
There's like He-Man has morphed into like Netflix, and they got a He-Man cartoon there.
Oh yeah, there's a new like they what do they call it? Rebooted, right?
Oh yeah, I saw a
Rebooted
few
it,
episodes of that.
That's probably actually good because some of the cartoons that kids now nowadays look a lot better than what we grew up with, to be honest.
Yeah,
Better
visually
technology.
it looks good.
But even like some of the writing or something, it seems a little better. I don't know.
Oh yeah, well the era shows pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was my number 5 pick. We're gonna go to Mayra's number 4 pick now. At number 4, Mayra's got Spider-Man. Is it called the animated series or is it just called Spider-Man?
I found it like I think it's the animated series as well. But it just says Spider-Man. But I understood on the animated series, the 1990s.
Whatever it is, that theme is awesome.
Right? I'm like, I know this is probably like Mayra picked this one. Did you like think that or?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by this one.
I had a feeling you would.
Because I know you're more like. I thought you were more like. Well, I didn't know you were a Spider-Man fan. So why is this your number 4 pick?
I wouldn't have thought. Honestly, oh my god, this is probably like your He-Man moment. Like, probably if I watched it now, I would be like, man, well, it's not aged well. But like, I put it here, even though it was an oddball, is because I remember I loved this cartoon. Like, this was a Saturday morning cartoon where I would get up and make sure I was up and I would watch it. I liked it. And this is really the only really Spider-Man cartoon that I've watched. I'm sure there's very different varieties of it, but this is the one during that era of the 90s, which one of the times I watched a lot of cartoons. I literally remember VHS, I would record it and I would watch an episode like another day or whatever, like rewind it and watch it. Why I liked it now as an adult, I probably wouldn't be able to give you an answer. I probably have to go back and see, but I just remember I loved it. And even though probably the animation now has aged, I do remember that I really liked how they animated Spider-Man, like flying around and stuff like that, because I'm sure he's not an easy character to animate. Because he really has to be agile, flying around, doing flips and kicks and stuff like that. And I do kind of remember liking the way it was animated. But I can tell you, I liked it a lot.
Well, I did not know that. What says you, Chino? Your thoughts on Spider-Man?
It's Spider-Man. It's based more on nostalgia, right? So, like, because you look at some of the characters and but like I said, especially when it comes to toys, man, people want those old school
Toy Biz, I think. Toy Biz, right?
Yeah, toys. They were making it. Yeah, so that's the thing. And now they're so into like great, like almost real how they make them. It's like people pay so much for it. Yeah, it's mostly based on nostalgia, what you saw as a kid, and what it represents to you back in the day. But it's how to make you feel, how you saw it. But yeah, it's Spider-Man. I watched it too. I don't watch it as much. I just can't remember as much of it. But yeah, I did watch it. Because Spider-Man was it, but like the one that I really watched that I really liked back in the day. Remember the Japanese Spider-Man?
The 70s one? The live action?
Yeah, that's stuff that I like, the old school stuff.
I used to, you know which ones I used to watch a lot were the ones that, I don't know if you guys remember in the 80s, you would go to the video store and they had like Marvel Comics cartoons on VHS, but they were they look like really old. Like they were from the 70s or 60s. And they were almost like you know, like when Spider-Man would punch a villain, it wasn't like I don't know what you, Mayra, you would know this, but it almost looks like Spider-Man's gonna throw the punch, and then like the next shot is him already punching the person. Like they wouldn't show the full punch.
Oh, the full you just see those going for it and the guy reacting at the end.
It was like a comic book on VHS.
Yeah.
And it had the music. I think that's where the music comes from. The Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It has like some little electronic little Spider-Man. I don't know. I want to sing it,
yeah.
I don't know. I just liked it. And I remember liking the Venom on this cartoon version. So
it's a lot better. It's a lot better than that Venom that they had from that. What was it? Spider-Man 3. Where was that guy from that 70s show, I think?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't really remember that much. But yeah, I remember he came out. Was it like a really long movie?
Yeah.
That was a long movie.
Yeah, I kind of missed out on this cartoon. Even though I've always loved Spider-Man, but I didn't really watch this one.
Oh, man. Well, you should give it a look, but it's the 90s, so probably it's going to be like your He-Man. Like, you're like, dang, it's aged, probably. Probably going to go check it out myself. It's probably in some streaming service by now.
Well, at least Peter Parker doesn't have a little Dutch boy haircut. Like
no, I know.
Prince
This
Adam.
one, I think he was like a college student. He wasn't even like a little kid.
Yeah.
He had like a job.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's your number 4 pick. We're going to go to Chino's number 4 pick now.
More than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, the Transformers.
Actually, Chino, you've got Transformers at number 4. Tell us about this pick.
I really like Transformers. I dig the fact that it was action and had the Autobots and Decepticons, but they can turn into other stuff. So that was good. Also, like you guys been saying, everything ages bad, but this actually aged pretty well.
You saw recently the cartoon?
If you watch the original cartoons, this ages better than all the other stuff you guys been saying.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I never got into Transformers.
I did a little bit because of my brother, so I would watch some cartoons of the Transformers. So that I remember these cartoons, not detailed anymore, but I used to watch them with my brother. I like them.
Did you have the toys also, Chino?
Yeah, it was like when I first came here, like when we first came here, they took us to like a party, and then they gave us toys, even though we didn't really know anybody, but they gave us Transformers. So
damn.
So that's like my nostalgia thing, like and then started watching Transformers and but yeah, the cool, like the thing about Transformers, it was like around the same time as G.I. Joe, and they were doing that like G.I. Joe used to have like, don't do this, don't do that. They gave like the good thought, whatever, to the kids, tell them, oh, you can't do that, you can't go to fire or something. Transformers kind of did something like that, I believe.
They had the PSAs, right? At the end.
Oh, the PSAs, public service announcements.
Yeah, like don't like teaching little Timmy about not smoking cigarettes or something.
Yeah, something like that. Even though I remember you you showed me the one on YouTube where like they make fun of all of them.
I don't remember
the G.I. Joe one.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You like
they do like voiceovers, so they like make fun of the PSA.
Yeah, exactly. Make fun of the PSA.
It's kind of like the have you seen the X-Men animated series one with the Juggernaut, where they do like do the voiceover and they're like, "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch," and
oh, I see.
All right, well, Transformers. I never watched it, but I like Spider-Man. Awesome theme song. Kind of has a little bit of the same vibe, the little robotic voice. Now I'm wondering, did Spider-Man steal that from Transformers?
Maybe. Yeah. I'm assuming Transformers came out first. What year was this one?
I don't know. It's 80s, right?
80s, then
It's
yeah,
like
definitely.
80s, like 85.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think mine was like
for sure
90s.
Yeah. All right. That was Chino's number 4 pick. I'm gonna go to my number 4 pick now. So I've also got Looney Tunes. So when you sent me your list, I was like, oh crap! I also chose Looney Tunes.
Like, I didn't think anybody would choose Looney Tunes. Now it's like 3 people. Great.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad used to like watching them. Even though my dad doesn't know like any English, he would watch them with me, and he had like. So I think it's a little bit of that nostalgia, like watching it with him, and then he used to love the Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. He used to like crack up like.
Man, yeah, you got man.
And he would have
your dad, man.
And he would have names for the characters, like he would call them his own thing. Like Sylvester was el estúpido gato. He said, "Oh, ahí está el estúpido gato."
So this became a Spanish situation now.
Yeah, he would call like all the characters like different names. So I think that's some of the reason it ranked so high for me. But man, those cartoons were hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to. I used to love Bugs Bunny as a kid, and I think one of my favorite cartoons, and it's kind of like where Bugs Bunny's kind of like the bad guy in the cartoon, is the one where it's the tortoise and the hare.
Right, I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually root for that tortoise.
Yeah, and Bugs Bunny looks different. Remember, he had like a long face, like his face was kind of
like the beginning was like gotta look that one up. That was probably the 40s or 30s. Yeah.
I used to love that episode where like the Bugs Bunny's like showing off, taking breaks, and the turtle's just slow and doing his little jog.
And then it reveals, did he have like a rocket or something? If I remember right.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I used to love those, and I think I went to go see a movie one time, and they showed a Looney Tunes cartoon right before the movie. It was like an indie movie, and they showed like a Tweety Sylvester one. And I think it had been years since I had seen a Looney Tunes, and I was like, man, these cartoons are fucking hilarious. Like we were all laughing, like adults laughing at the cartoon.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this still cracks me up. Specific ones.
Yeah, I bought like a couple. I bought like the Bugs Bunny collection. I don't know if you've seen it. It comes with like a Funko of Bugs Bunny, and it's kind of like glitter. I don't know what they call the Funkos that are glittered, but it's like glitter Bugs Bunny. So I've been wanting to get back into watching those old cartoons, those old Looney Tunes. How about you, Chino? What you say about Looney Tunes?
It has a lot of different characters, and it's just like a lot more violence.
You have a favorite character?
Out of all the Looney Tunes, I dig the Daffy Duck.
Yeah. In Spanish, was it Pato Lucas or something? El Pato
Lucas?
Yeah,
Pato Lucas, yeah. They made that they made that spicy stuff because of him, right?
Oh yeah, it was a duck too.
The non-spicy,
not spicy.
Speaking of Daffy Duck, remember this episode?
Devilishly clever. Oh. What's up, Doc? Having any luck with those ducks? It's duck season, you know.
Just a darn minute. Where do you get that duck season stuff?
Says so right over there on that sign. You're so smart. You know what to do with that gun, Doc. You're despicable.
Daffy Duck was always on the short end of the stick.
I was more like, I guess my animation eyes here was like, what the heck was that because leaning on the perspective was like off. It was supposed to be leaning on the tree, but anyway.
That's the animator, and you hadn't even noticed that. I think you mentioned that about. Didn't you mention that about Scooby Doo? Like you could see some of the.
Oh yeah, those are classes. I think a lot of people notice those. Yeah, the color change.
All right. Well, that was my number 4 pick. We're gonna go to Mayra's number 3 pick now. Remember last year when we played the trivia game and you didn't get the She-Ra theme correct?
Can I say shit for that from all you guys? But in my defense, and I will say it so it's now, I couldn't hear the music really well. Yeah. But part of it is also, again, I hadn't seen it for so long, and so I kind of like heard She-Ra. I'm like, oh my god, it's She-Ra. But yes, I didn't get it right away.
But you got so Mayra's got She-Ra at number 3. Never seen this one. Tell us about She-Ra.
You've never seen She-Ra?
No.
And you were a He-Man fan?
I was a boy. A boy wouldn't watch She-Ra. Did you watch She-Ra?
Well, they interacted at some point.
Yeah, I watched She-Ra, and I took Hordak.
Thank you.
I like Hordak too. I think that I used to like his toy, the guy with the giant skull.
He's from She-Ra.
Oh, but I as a kid, as a boy, I would never admit. Oh yeah, I watched She-Ra. I probably would have got pummeled on the playground.
Really? Because I remember going to Universal Studios and they had the characters there. They had the She-Ra characters and some of the He-Man ones. And I remember me and my brother were and then Hordak keeps messing with us.
Yeah, these I had oh my god, such a tragic story. But I had a lot of these of the original dolls and the toys and the horse and Swiftwind and how do you call it, Bo and a lot of these characters. And I kid you not, one time as I teenager wise, obviously I wasn't playing with them anymore, but I had them saved there. My parents, without telling me, for those collectors out there are probably gonna cringe if they're listening. They, without telling me, they threw them all away. All of them. So I have not one She-Ra old school. Jesus! Yes. I think before they threw everything away, when I noticed, because there were scattered toys here and there, I think I managed to save a couple of my brother's He-Man toys. And I have Panther from He-Man. And
Panther was
about it.
Was that the green one? He-Man's guy?
That's the purple cat.
Oh,
no, from
Skeletor's then.
Skeletor. Yeah, I have him, the original one.
That happened to me too, but I think that's a parents thing. They just get rid of your shit without you.
and they don't know that eventually it will be valuable, right? They just see it as junk. Because I had so many of these She-Ras. I had several She-Ras and trash, all of them. so that was painful. To this day, I still don't let them forget it, but they don't care. They don't know.
You think if it wasn't for your parents getting rid of them, you'd still have them?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah?
You know me. If I had those Funkos, and I still haven't taken them out. And they're not even that valuable, but I still don't even touch them.
Oh yeah, remember we went to San Diego and went to a swap meet, and I think one of the only things you bought was a She-Ra Funko.
Yes, I think I have actually. It's the glow in the dark one. I think I was so happy, She-Ra, but
my parents did that to me too. I think we went to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And I have when you have those vague kind of memories, where you can kind of see it, but very blurry, of my mom saying, "Oh, give away your toys to the kids in Mexico." And I was like, "All right," so I gave away all my toys.
Oh man! And then you go back to visit, they're just discarded and ruined and whatever. Yeah.
What about you, Chino? Did they ever give away your toys?
Did they give away my toys? No, but for some reason, my dad put them away, and I never used to find them.
So you threw them away.
Like, quote unquote, put them away.
Yeah, quote unquote, you put them away.
Never to be seen again. Well, if you like Transformers, my brother had so many Transformers and G.I. Joes also gone. They trashed them all from that era.
Yep.
80s, 90s, all gone.
If like you said, if your parents would have known, I'm sure they would have put them in a toted them up, put them away for a rainy day.
Oh, probably not. They still would have thrown them away. They don't know the value of them. They don't care.
But it's because back in the day, it was just like probably shit they would step on, like barefoot and like stuff that was in the way. And then like you kind of outgrow toys or certain toys once they're like weathered and beat up. And you know, there's always the new shiny toy where you're like, oh, forget this jacked up Stinkor or whatever the hell his name was. Like, I want to play with the new.
You don't appreciate Stinkor. At least he always stinks. You know that he left up his name. You know.
Who was your favorite character aside from She-Ra?
You're gonna laugh, but Swiftwind is the horse. You know I love horses.
There's a horse in this?
Yeah, she rides a horse.
It's like He-Man's battle cat.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I don't even
and
remember.
And it talks too.
I'm looking.
Do you know that She-Ra is He-Man's twin sister?
Oh, she is? I didn't even know that.
Yes.
She said that at the beginning of the actual cartoon.
Oh, you know my ADD though. All I heard was She-Ra.
Did you know that Skeletor was the apprentice of Hordor?
Hordak?
Hordak? Sorry, Hordor.
No, I didn't. I don't know. I just remember in the cartoons they would like didn't like each other, which I thought was kind of interesting. The Skeletor and Hordak, they would like get into it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, we had like a falling out.
We're looking, so I'm playing the videos on Zoom for us so we can see like the images. And who the hell's that broomstick all the way at the far
I remember the name, but the witch, I guess, or whatever, the one with the red.
Is that Orko's aunt?
Yeah, it kind of looked like. I don't remember her name though.
I don't remember her name either, but I think she's like supposed to be like kind of the Orko character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she looks like a Dollar Tree Orko.
Raz something, I think. I don't know, but she would ride the broom.
That's what, when you know that. Have you seen that meme where they say like, "Hey, I want an Orko," and your parents tell you, "We already have an Orko at home," and it's that bootleg one that's next to the broomstick. If any of the listeners know what the hell the name of the broomstick in She-Ra is,
I don't know.
Leave me a voicemail at retrotiburon.com. I'm intrigued by that one. I don't know why.
I don't remember the name of that one. I remember the name of a lot of these. I think that's Glimmer, the one with the pink hair. And I know the one with who has wings is her mom. I don't remember what her name is.
Who's the dude with the porn stash?
That's Bo, I think. Or something like that. I don't remember. I'm gonna call him Bo. Correct me, people, if I'm wrong. I haven't seen these cartoons in a while. I had him too.
I'm sure you.
So like 80s porn.
I'm sure you did.
What?
No. No.
All right. Well, Mayra, that was your number 3 pick, She-Ra. We're gonna go to Chino's number 3 pick now. At number 3, Sexy Chino's got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Tell us about this one, Chino.
Well, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. They had so many different characters, and the theme song rules like always. But they actually had a story, and then like I really got into it. Like it was right before, like I remember used to watching it right before I had to get to school. So I like watch that and I go, okay, I go to school now.
It was in the morning?
Yeah,
it came out in the
morning? Yeah, it was in the morning for me. Yeah. When did you watch it?
I think I do remember seeing it now that you mention it. Like, it was early in the morning. Like, because when I would be on vacation, I would watch it in the morning, I think. But it was a Saturday morning cartoon, right? Wasn't it?
No, they had like a weekday one.
Yeah.
Like Monday to Friday. I think it was like Channel 13 or one of the channels.
You know why I only remember that was we weren't remember when you would have vacation and there was that fucking teacher that would give you a book report to do, and it was like the last week, and I hadn't read a book, so I couldn't do a book report, and I was watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I said I'm gonna make up my own book. And I remember I made up my own book.
Did the teacher buy it? Buy it?
And I remember because I was watching Ninja Turtles, and the end credits are playing, and they'll show like the director and producer, and I think one of the person's name was Fred Wolf. And I was like, oh, that's a good name.
Fred Wolf, yeah, Fred Wolf. Yeah.
I was like, that's a good name for the writer of my fake book. And I used Fred Wolf.
And the teacher bought it.
Yeah, it was like, I think I wrote a book report on the kid with the flying bike or something. And I went up there and I winged it. I made up the whole story.
Oh my gosh.
But back to Ninja Turtles. Tell us again. Keep telling us about this. Why this is your number 3 pick.
Well, I really like that it had action and it brought different characters. Like they get to see the Neutrinos, Casey Jones, Usagi Jimbo. I mean, Shredder, Krang, Baxter Stockman. I mean, it's classic. All those characters is classic, and they actually had stories, and you follow, because like back in the day, you just got stuck in that. When you got stuck in that, you just kept watching, because we didn't have no like YouTube that you can check it out later or that once you miss it, it's gone until you have to wait for the repeat episode or something like that. Or try to get it on VHS if they put it out there, which took forever in VHS.
Yep, I think Burger King came out with some of those VHS tapes, right? Like the cartoons, like single episode cartoons.
Was it Burger King? I'm not sure, but yeah, I just remember like when something came on VHS, it took forever to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Let me ask you, who's your favorite non-turtle character?
Non-turtle character? Usagi Jumbo.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Yeah, because I literally had him, like we talk like go back to wrestling. It's like back in the wrestling fed, I used to have him and Casey Jones, and we used to get they used to be the enhancement talent. We just used to call them the Stupidos.
So wait a minute, yes, Usagi Ojimbo was one of your favorites, and you jobbed him out?
Yeah. And he was part of the company. Yeah.
What about you, Mayra?
He was putting people over. Isn't that good?
He was in the Barry Horowitz spot?
Yeah, he was in the Barry Horowitz.
Or to keep it in theme with this podcast, the Gilbert spot?
The Gilbert, Brooklyn Brawler, George South,
What about you, Mayra? Favorite? Because I know you're a Turtles fan too. What's your favorite non-turtle?
I don't know. I think you're gonna laugh. Like I'm blanking on his name, and he's one of the main characters. But the rat, I like
Splinter.
Him. Splinter. There you go. I liked him. I always hate it when how do you call it, anything happened to him in the cartoon. I do. I like him.
I didn't know. I don't know. I was listening to a podcast or something, and they were saying that the Turtles comics were kind of based off of the Daredevil comics. Like the creators of the Turtles, which I think is like Kevin Eastman, and I forgot the other guy's name. That it was kind of like they were copying some of the stories from Daredevil. Because I don't know if you remember in in Daredevil, doesn't he fight a clan that they're named the hand or something, the fist or something? And then Turtles, they fight the foot soldiers. And then there's one of the guy that trained Daredevil. His name is Stick or some shit. I don't know what the hell his name is, but the Turtles mentor is Splinter.
Yeah. Now that you say it, could be some relation there.
Yeah, something like
look
that.
That up.
That they took some of they took a lot of influence from Daredevil. Favorite episode? Do you remember a cartoon, Chino? A specific cartoon episode?
I think the one with the neutrinos was pretty cool.
Yeah, the neutrinos were the little aliens, right?
Yeah, they came from. They came from a generation. Is it Generation X or no? Was it
Dimension X?
Dimension X. Yeah.
I think you were thinking of Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Yeah, I was like, is that wrestling or no?
That's Generation X.
See, there you go. You can't get them in any like wrestling stuff, that's for sure.
Man, and they have this new video game, the TMNT Shredder's Revenge, and they come out. The neutrinos come out in it, like as little background characters.
Yeah, the neutrinos are pretty cool. Like they're kids too. That's what they one of them got along with Michelangelo very well.
Yeah, because they like to party, and of course Michelangelo is the party dude. All right, well that was Chino's number 3 pick. I'm gonna go to my number 3 pick now. Kind of surprised neither of you guys had The Simpsons in your top 5. But at my number 3, I've got The Simpsons. I feel like I transitioned from the Turtles straight to The Simpsons. I think The Simpsons were like 89 or, yeah, right? Like 89, 88, something like that. So it was like right after the Turtles. And then I was like super into The Simpsons. Now going back and watching like some of the early ones, they were like, the animation was kind of rough. Like they had like some jacked up teeth, and they looked like Bart looked like Splinter the Rat from the Ninja Turtles. He looked weird. But man, some of those episodes like in the 90s were freaking hilarious. Especially like the ones, I think Conan O'Brien was like a writer on there for a while. Some of the seasons he was on, man, they were freaking hilarious. I know. Mayra asked you first. Any thoughts on the Simpsons?
I was this close of putting it on. I just didn't know if it met criteria, because now I know it did. And if I knew this, I would have put it on just because I did do that for the Looney Tunes. But I love the Simpsons. But it was it's like the first. Well, it's been on for so many years. But yeah, like you said, the beginning years, I watched it like crazy. I loved it. It was hilarious. There's still moments that if I catch on TV, it's kind of like the Looney Tunes that I laugh at certain ones. And how do you call it? I love them, but after a while, I just stopped. Like the later ones or mid-later, it's been on for so many years. I have not watched it. I don't really.
It's still on, yeah.
I would watch the first few years. Like,
yeah.
I loved it. So that's the only reason why I didn't put it on, because I didn't know if it met the criteria, if it was enough to put it at the top 5, but I was like this close.
What about you, Chino? You a fan of The Simpsons?
Yeah, I was a fan of The Simpsons. It's funny, like, remember how The Simpsons got started, right? In the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah.
And then and you talk about the animation not being as good as it was later on because of the technology, but then wouldn't you say like South Park is kind of like The Simpsons? Because remember the original animation from South Park was all sketched out like that, and later on it became really good with the technology.
I always thought the South Park was like on purpose had that look, like that simple. I mean, I've never really watched South Park, but it always seems like doesn't it just always, that's like part of the charm of the cartoon, maybe like the look of the characters.
No, it's like it was under the budget. That's what it was. But
But they still keep the same animation, and I'm sure it's making a nice amount of money now.
No, it's like the technology you can tell is different. If you watch the first few episodes, yeah, it's like more raw style, and I was like kind of Simpsons, you know, they have like they don't look exactly like that, you know, but now they have like the colors, the renderings, everything else is added in.
Yeah,
the characters look more they look more straight. They don't, you know, they actually, yeah, like they don't just like look like you said, like a bunch of paper put together sometimes. But no, it's just like the Simpsons. Yeah, man, they've been around, and like going back to like remember, like we talked about, like they had like a toy line too, and remember they used to have like the celebrity guests. And one of the celebrity guests was Bret Hart, and they actually made an actual Simpsons action figure of Bret Hart.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah.
So that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna play
it out one of these days.
I'm gonna play one of my favorite scenes from a Simpsons episode. I don't know if you guys. Let's see if you guys remember this one.
We have a very tight budget to do what she's asking. We'd have to raise taxes.
Raise way too high as they are. Taxes are bad.
It's your children's future.
Oh, yeah, children are important. Yes.
It'll cost you.
Oh, the taxes. Right. You're going to raise taxes.
Come on.
All right, that's a good point. It's good. Yes. Oh, yeah, the taxes. The finger thing means the taxes.
Well, I guess this is a case where we'll have to agree to disagree.
I don't agree to that.
Neither do I.
Oh, this is a deli of a pickle.
Oh, my God. The PTA has disbanded.
No, the PTA has not disbanded.
I love that when the PTA has disbanded. I love that part where he's like, what's his name? Skinner's doing the finger thing, like gesturing money. The finger thing means the taxes. In the audience.
Oh man.
Oh, sorry, they had some good ones on that.
But these are like my favorite when it was like, I don't know, it was like mid-90s around there.
Yes.
Because in the beginning it was all about Bart. Like remember the Bartman video?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Music video, and then I think Homer became like the funny one of the Simpsons. But yeah, then after a while it kind of fell out. It got like, I don't know, it wasn't as funny anymore. And I watched, I think a few years ago, one of the episodes, and I was like, oh, this is not good anymore. It's like different now.
I haven't seen it in years, but if like these old ones would come out, certain ones, I'm having to crack it up.
I saw you over there holding your mouth.
Yeah, because I think you kind of like warned us, like, try not to speak too much when I'm playing these things, but it just like, it started laughing.
Even as I cracked up loudly while playing it. What did they say?
You're watching the Simpson episodes all over again.
What's that saying? Do it as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was my number 3 pick. We're getting in the number 2s. We're gonna go to Mayra's number 2 pick. At number 2, Mayra, you've got Batman, the animated series. And this one for sure, you picked on your favorite themes last year. So this is a repeat.
But yeah, I mean, it's like one of my all-time favorites growing up. And I think the animation's great. The storylines are great. The designs are great. Favorite character, Catwoman. She's another one. So I love this version of the Catwoman a lot. The Joker was pretty cool. His design was cool. I mean, just everything. I don't have nothing bad to say about the Batman. I watched it like crazy.
I feel like we were watching The Simpsons and cracking up, and then things got serious. As soon as that Batman,
it's like,
there we all just stayed quiet. I never really saw this one. What about you, Chino? Did you watch Batman the Animated Series?
No, not really. Actually, I remember seeing like clips of it, but I really didn't watch it.
I just remember people saying like, "Oh, this is like it was like a mature cartoon, and it was like more serious than a lot of the cartoons on TV at that time."
Yeah, and I was a kid, but I liked it. I mean, I like funny haha too, but when it gets like a little too corny, like some of these cartoons are nowadays, I can't get really that into it. So, like if they'll have a Batman like this, but they really like kid it down, like I don't think I'll be able to handle seeing it.
A lot of people I've heard, like I've seen in polls and stuff, that this Joker they consider the best Joker, including the movies.
Yeah, I like this Joker because he was funny. He wasn't stupid, and like I don't know, like he had a good balance of that craziness, funny, scary. I'm a villain and I'm psycho and I could kill you kind of thing, but a good balance of it, and it wasn't too over the top, in my opinion.
This was Mark Hamill, right? Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
he voiced the Joker,
and I think he did it again recently, right?
Yeah, I think he's also voiced Chucky. Like in the new Chucky movie, I think.
There you go, Chucky. He is good, man.
All right. Well, that was your number 2. We're gonna go to Chino's number 2 pick now. Wrong one. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't pushed.
I just went backwards. Hold
on. I haven't pushed this button. I haven't pushed this button in a while. Hold on.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It had been a while since I pushed that button. There you go. Wrong pick. This is Chino's number 2 pick. Number 2, Chino, you've got Masked. For sure, you had this on your list last year because I remember this awesome theme.
Yeah, I definitely had. I know I had this last year, but yeah, I watched Masked all the time. I mean, like it was so cool, like the action and the different vehicles and the different powers from each mask, and overall. It was cool, like some of the guys, like Dusty, he was the guy that worked at the pizza place. As soon as he got the little cogs, he dropped. It was cool, like you could see people dropping their stuff, like he dropped the dough on somebody, or like they call the other guy who was a teacher, and then he made the one of the kids teach the class or something like that. You know, it's like so that was cool. And then they faced Venom because they always try to do something to get Mask to come out and face him, but yeah, Mask is one of the cartoons that I appreciate, and I'm pretty sure it's not like a He-Man or I think it aged well. I don't know, but I will watch this again. Even my brother got the original one of the sets, not like the first season or 2, and I'll still watch that, no problem.
I've never seen it. I think, Mayra, you said you've never seen it either, right?
Never seen it, but I'm ready to go to an 80s club, man. That was a good song. I was dancing.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is? When you sent me your list, Chino, and I saw Mask, I forgot about this cartoon, and I thought you were talking about the Mask, like the Jim Carrey cartoon.
Oh, there was a Jim Carrey cartoon.
And I was like... ...
Yeah,
I was like, is that his pick, the Mask, the cartoon? And then I was like, oh, he means like I had forgotten about this one. Yeah, so it's not the Jim Carrey.
No, not the Jim Carrey cartoon. Even though that was a cartoon.
Yeah,
that was a cartoon too.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Chino's number 2 pick. Let's go to my number 2 pick now. See, for this one, I put the ending credits. Remember, these were the ending credits when the Turtles cartoon would end. You would just hear the instrumental.
Yeah, so you got Del Wolf, right?
Yeah, this is where Fred Wolf would come.
Fred Wolf would come down from.
Yeah, number 2, I've got the Turtles. And what can I say? I already said this last year. The Turtles consumed my life as a kid, and to this day, now I have a. Rudy knows what a D12 shelf is. You know what a D12 is, right?
Yeah.
Mayra, you know what a IKEA is, like a glass shelf with like 4 sections.
Oh yeah, I need one of those.
And I'm gonna have one pretty much dedicated to at least half of it to the Turtles. And
wow.
I don't know if you've seen the NECA toys. NECA has the Turtles toys that look exactly like they're straight out of the cartoon. So,
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, love the Turtles. I think favorite non-turtle, I think I have to go with Casey Jones. Just because, I'm a big Friday the 13th fan and he's wearing the hockey mask. But I think Usagi is close by. Usagi Yojimbo. Yeah, I like that guy too. But I don't know. What else I can say about this one? I love the Turtles.
It's funny, like you love the Turtles, but it's not number 1.
It's not number 1.
Now you got me curious. What's your number 1?
It's not number 1.
Exactly.
But you know what? This I brought it up earlier. There's the video game that came out on the Xbox. Man, it's so cool because it's like those old school. Remember the old school arcade games, Turtles in Times, the ones for the Super Nintendo. They did a sequel to it in the same like style. Like it looks like a Super Nintendo game, but it's like pretty much a sequel to that. But they do a lot of references to the arcade games, a lot of references to the cartoons. So characters from the cartoon come out from different movies, like Toka and Razar. Remember those guys? They come out.
Yeah.
They have Ground Chuck, like Wingnut, like all these like random characters in there.
Wingnut.
You know Wingnut? Sexy Chino?
Yeah, I actually just seen the toy and it doesn't. But I don't think I remember the episode, but I saw the toy.
Yeah, man, that video game is awesome, man. And this is one that I've almost kind of refused to watch the cartoons because of my experience with rewatching He-Man. I own you can't see it behind me, but I have the complete collection on Blu-ray, but I don't want to watch it because I feel like it's gonna tarnish my memories of as a kid of watching it. But because I remember really loving the first episode. I think it's the first episode or second episode. Remember, Chino? It's kind of like they're all connected. Like the first 3 episodes, like I think Shredder gets the rhinoceros and the warthog from the zoo, and then they morph him with the gangsters, and that's how you get Bebop, Bebop and Rocksteady, and then the turtles fight them at the zoo, I think, and then they end up going to like the Technodrome, I think, the turtles. Those are like my favorite episodes, but part of me is like, I kind of want to just leave it like that. Like leave those memories like that and not watch it again.
I'm trying to think.
So you're saying that the turtles? Well? So you're saying the turtles are racist, right? You know.
Racist. What do you mean?
You're saying that when you watch it or something like that, you're gonna see something that you wouldn't appreciate. That you said.
Nah, I just feel like, what if I watch it and I don't like it as much as I liked it as a kid?
Yeah, it kind of ruins his nostalgia, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know where the hell you got the racist part from.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I understood what you were saying. It's kind of like, should I go see Spider-Man, that cartoon I chose with my childhood? And I remember I see it, would I be like cringing now? Like, I like this. Yeah, you don't want to ruin it. You want to keep it in your head.
Yeah, because I remember loving those early ones.
Yeah, you're saying like the turtles. Yeah, like you say, might not age well because of certain situations.
Yeah,
or like,
He-Man scared me. I blame it on He-Man.
He-Man scare you for life, huh?
But, maybe, because I do have the complete set. I at least want to watch a couple of the episodes. Because I love the... And then, Mayra, you'd probably understand this. I was watching a YouTube video, and I guess they said the first few episodes, they had like some certain animators drawing it. And I do remember that the first episodes, the animation looked better. like more detailed. And then as it went on, they looked a little like more generic, a little more like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if you remember the difference in how they look, Chino. And early on, they look more detailed. I don't know, like they put more effort into the drawings.
I think it was the color, wasn't it?
Yeah,
because I know they changed kind of the color.
Yeah, and then they got like, I don't know, like they got more like limey green looking, like more like kid friendly. And in the beginning, they was a little bit more grittier.
Well, you could always check and see like if the artist names changed, then maybe there was a change.
Yeah, I think I saw. I think I saw a YouTube video where they said like they wanted to cut down on the production because they wanted to pump out more episodes. So they
found a cheaper way to do it.
Yeah. I'm sure that happens a lot, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. budget.
Yeah. But I think one of these days I am gonna sit down and at least watch like the first few episodes. One day.
I think you should. Well, I haven't seen it honestly. I probably should see it again in a long time, but I think that's one that's aged well.
Yeah. We'll see. I'll let you know. I'll watch the first few episodes. I'll let you know my thoughts on it. All right. Well, that was my number 2. We're going to our number 1s now. So we're gonna go to Mayra's number 1 pick. Another one you had last year on your favorite cartoon themes. Yeah. X-Men, the animated series.
I think even the theme song was number 1 on that one too, I think.
Was it?
I don't quite remember. I might have been. I'll have to hear your podcast again from there.
You know what I noticed with your list? Your cartoons are a little more serious, a little more mature.
A little more action-y.
Yeah, yeah, they are more, because you got Spider-Man, then you got Batman, and then you got this one. But but this one,
there was some on the list that, like I tell you, you would have sent me a top 10. There would have been changes. But yeah.
But tell us why X-Men trumps the other two.
Oh my god, my all-time favorite. I don't even till this day. This one I think is one that I kind of like. When I was doing my top 5, it was number 1, like without even blinking an eye, right? And I even thought, oh, could I find it streaming? And yeah, I found it. I think it's on Disney that I found it, and I saw a few episodes. And by the time I was like, the animated series.
Makes sense.
And I started watching them, and I like Jean Grey. I like the Phoenix, so I went straight to like the Phoenix saga, and it was like nostalgia all over again. It's like I'm watching it for the first time because I hadn't seen it in years. And that one to me aged well. I love it. Action loved it. Everything. So I don't know what to tell you. It was one of those that just caught my attention young. I like kind of actiony stuff, even movies, and as you could tell, my my cartoon picks, I like those, and just seeing the animation and them having powers. I mean, they're all different. I mean, I don't know. I love them. I don't know what to tell you.
Who's your favorite X-Men? I don't know if I asked you last year.
Jean Grey / Phoenix.
That's kind of cheating. Is the Phoenix, isn't it like the most powerful one?
Well, I mean, yeah, to take her over and stuff, but and then she turned dark at some point.
The Dark Phoenix.
But she wasn't born as Phoenix. The Phoenix took her over, but Jean Grey in general wasn't.
Oh, that's right. That's why we gave you that nickname, that alias.
That quote unquote alias at the last one.
What about you, Chino? You got a favorite X-Men?
Favorite X-Men. I really didn't watch the cartoons, but I like Beast because he actually has he's a very intelligent but he's strong, so it brings 2 and 2 together.
I think I like Wolverine, I like Wolverine. He's kind of like more my style. He just destroys stuff and not a lot of brain power there.
Just destroy stuff.
Well, even in the intro, isn't like Beast like reading a book and wearing like glasses?
Yeah, he's reading a book. Yeah.
And then he goes to attack her.
Oh, boring.
boring. maybe he's making up his own book, his own story like you did.
I doubt it was as good as mine. The kid with the flying bike.
Probably not.
Hey, what'd you get for that for that book report?
Hey, a C is passing. Anything above a C is passing. So
very true.
And I did. All right. Well, that was Mayra's number one pick. No surprise. X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go to Sexy Chino's number one all-time favorite cartoon now.
It's time for Animaniacs, and we're zany to the max. So just sit back and relax. You'll laugh till you collapse. We're Animaniacs.
Finish the theme, Chino. Finish.
When the Wonder Sister Dot running around the movie law, they locked us in the tower when we got. Now we get loose, and now you know the plot. We're Animaniacs. We have play for pay contracts. We're sending you to the max with bologna in our snack. Man, I can remember that.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You got really far. Come on, let's admit it. Didn't we all, when we were younger, try and like memorize the whole thing and at one point memorize it? Yeah.
I never watched this. So.
You never watched that. So you didn't remember? Did you try to memorize when he talked about the countries?
I think I kind of remember that, but I just never watched Animaniacs. I remember like some of the stuff. No, I just never. I'll explain in a little while why I never watched Animaniacs. But to tell us why this is your pick right here.
Oh man, Animaniacs is great. They had like different stories, had different characters. I mean, it's freaking cool because it's the Warner Brothers brother sister Dot. And it's just it's so much fun, and just watch it. I can watch this over and over, and I think I do have the set on DVD. But yeah, man, it's just like I really dig the characters. I used to watch it all the time. Just the style, like the animation of it, how the style of it with Dr. Scratch's Sniff. It's funny. They have an episode.
What? Scratch's
I know.
Dr. Scratch's Sniff.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember.
I remember there was the pigeon, then the Pinky and the Brain.
The good pigeon, and then you have Pinky and the Brain. You have Mindy and Buttons. I'm pretty sure you remember Good Idea, Bad Idea, right?
Yeah, I think I remember that. But it'll be like good idea.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. Bad idea.
Bad idea. Yada yada yada. No, overall, I really enjoyed it, and like I was trying to say, like there was an episode, right? And Dr. Scratch's Sniff was with the Warner Brothers and Dot, and then they're watching wrestling, and he's like, and then they're going, it's fake. They keep saying, oh, it's fake, and they're just barely touching each other. And and Dr. Scratch is like, no, it's great, it's great, it's great. He's watching, no, and then they keep pushing him. Oh, it's fake. Look at it. Oh, he's barely tapping it. And then all of a sudden, and then Dr. Scratcher just loses it and goes, I think this is the episode when how he lost his hair. So he keeps pulling his hair and he finally pulled it all off. And then he goes, it's not fake. This is the fake. And then the wrestlers heard him. So they throw him in the ring just to beat him up.
I don't remember that character. You remember? You saw this cartoon, Mayra. You don't remember that character?
No, believe it or not, I chose this one because it's such a great theme song, but I never got into that much of the Animaniacs.
So you never saw it that much?
I don't know. I don't remember too much of it. I do remember seeing it here and there, but I never got really into that.
Yeah, I kind of missed out on it. But that was Sexy Chino's number one pick. Have you seen the new ones? They came out with new ones.
No, I haven't. I heard it's still the original cast.
So who's your favorite character from the whole show?
From the whole show? I think the Animaniacs. I think the Warner Brothers.
Is that
Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
Was that like their team name, the Warner Brothers?
Yeah, that's how they started. They're the Warner Brothers. That's why they get stuck in the day. But their sister is Dot.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. Oh, okay. Makes sense. All right. Well, that was your number one. Now I'm going to play the one that topped the Turtles. And my number one pick, I've got Beavis and Butthead, all-time favorite cartoon. Man, this is the reason I didn't watch Animaniacs. I didn't watch Batman the Animated Series. I didn't watch Spider-Man. I didn't watch anything. I think this might have been one of the last cartoons I ever saw. Because I kind of felt like once I watched this cartoon, Beavis and Butthead, I couldn't go back and watch anything else. Like I almost felt like the like other cartoons were too like tame. You know what I mean? Like this one felt like a little more they would like say like dumbass and fart knocker and curse each other out and play like music videos from like White Zombie and all these like I don't know. Like I felt like once I saw this I was like, "Oh, I don't want to watch Ed. I don't want to watch Animaniacs, Freakazoid." Like, nah. That's like little kid stuff. I like Beavis and Butthead. So yeah, this is my all-time favorite cartoon. And I know Chino's over there shaking his head, but I know you're a Beavis and Butthead fan too.
I'm a Beavis and Butthead fan, but like I don't think like watching Beavis and Butthead isolates you from watching other cartoons.
I don't know. For me, like I was like just consumed with Beavis and Butthead. I was like, I can't watch none of these other cartoons anymore. Like I stopped watching Turtles, and I think even maybe The Simpsons I was still watching, but a lot of the other cartoons I was like, nah, I can't watch those cartoons anymore. Like I would hear kids say, "Oh, did you watch Freakazoid? Remember that cartoon, Freakazoid?"
Yeah, I remember Freakazoid.
Like, oh, it's so funny. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I bet you it's not as funny as Beavis and Butthead. Like, so like I was almost like a snob, I think. Like, oh, Beavis and Butthead's like, it's more high class, more mature. Even though they're playing like frog baseball and making fart jokes and stuff like that.
Beavis and Butthead is one of the ones that doesn't age well. How about that?
Oh man, maybe the early ones don't age well.
Yeah,
but
the early ones.
The because they had like that Simpsons thing where they look kind of rough and they were a little not that funny. But I disagree with you. Like after the first two seasons, those still hold up. I don't know about you, Mayra. You're a Beavis and Butthead fan or no?
Yeah, and we're like here because like, remember you text me like, "Hey, do you have your top 5?" And I said I'm having trouble. I was this close for my number 5 adding Daria.
Oh, Daria!
I love Daria. I can't believe she came out of Beavis. That's like kind of like the last kind of teenage adultish kind of like cartoon I saw, and kind of went through my gap. But like, I remember I would watch Beavis and Butthead, which I love, but I really love Daria. And I was like battling like Looney Tunes or Daria. I'm like, oh, but then I kind of went what I kind of saw more years of, and when I chose Looney Tunes, but I was this close of picking Daria.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I get what you're saying about the type of cartoon it is. But you saw my list, and I love Daria. Doesn't mean I cannot watch the other ones, so I have to agree with Ruby.
Nah, man, I don't know. I couldn't watch after watching this, I'm like, I can't never watch DuckTales, Chip and Dale, none of those anymore. Like, this is it, like right here.
Did you go to the movies to see it when it came out and they made the movie?
You know what? I thought the movie wasn't that good. Beavis and Butthead do America.
There you go. Yeah. I did see it though, but no,
I didn't like it.
The traditional.
But I saw the new one as the Beavis and Butthead do the universe. That thing was like freaking hilarious. It's like a brand new one.
I haven't seen it. I have to see it.
It's on Paramount Plus. It's pretty funny because they kind of somehow time travel. It's almost kind of like a Marvel multiverse movie. They time travel to the current times. And so they're
still stuck in like the early 90s or whatever.
Yeah, but they come over here now. They come to our current times, and they're like adapting to our current time.
Sounds funny. I'm gonna have to see it, but I that's a good nostalgia like cartoon.
Man, I love it. I'm gonna play one of my favorite things about Beavis and Butthead is that they would watch music videos and it introduced me to like a lot of music I wound up liking, like the 9 Inch Nails, like Rob Zombie. But then they would play crap videos too, and I like that Beavis and Butthead would fucking roast them, like Yanni.
Man,
they would always make fun of
days.
Yanni and Michael Bolton, and this band
the good old days of MTV when they actually played music.
Yeah, and these guys right here that I'm gonna play were like a constant victim of Beavis and Butthead. Check this out.
This again. Whoa. Check it out. Oh, wow, it's Grim Reaper again. Whoa. Look at that big boat. These videos are funny. Oh, yeah. These guys should be on that show, The State. Yeah. Because they suck. Oh, what is that thing? It's like these guys suck so bad, they have to go to their concert in these armored vehicles. You know that singer? He looks a little better in this video. It's like he doesn't look as ugly. Never mind. Yeah. It's too bad he's not good looking like me. I think that's supposed to be Wolverine. That's not Wolverine. No, that's not Wolverine. I know, but like, you know, in England they probably like draw them different because they're dumb. No. That's not Wolverine. No. Yeah, it is, but he's just like, you know, a little different than the American Wolverine. That is not Wolverine, butthead. Okay, butt munch, it's not Wolverine. Who cares? Now just shut the hell up so at least I can have a good time watching this crap. Well, how can you have a good time if it's not really Wolverine and you think it is? Damn it, Beavis, shut up.
That was my favorite.
So you.
What?
That is so your smile, like if they could only see your bill. No.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of Beavis and Butthead. And damn, Chino actually has like a full VHS tape with all the music videos.
Oh yeah, because they can't like any ones they can't do because they have to do the copyright.
Yeah, remember you had a full VHS tape with all the music videos. Remember?
I think I did tape some Beavis and Butthead. Maybe I
remember, and I asked you, can you like make me a copy or something? Because, like you said, they're obviously the music videos are licensed, so they can't like re-release them on DVD.
No, they cannot release them. Yeah.
Because years ago they were gonna release them like the full like complete series with the music videos, and I remember I went to like a Best Buy, and then I found out the vendor was like, "Oh no, they canceled the release," and then I found out later that I guess the licensing they were like, "No, you can't release the cartoons with the videos because there's like artists and those licenses are up now." So I'm like,
sucks. It makes sense, but it sucks.
Yeah.
That's so funny the way they're like kind of talking about the music video.
That's not Wolverine.
That's not Wolverine. I'm kind of shocked you didn't put the episode where like they talk about Rick Dillinger and Hulk Hogan singing the Real American.
They play
and then they start making fun of his. Oh look, he's got small goals. But I don't want to take that out because I guess
they play remember that the Hulk Hogan theme song, Mayra?
The Hulk Hogan theme song, and then they just go, and they start and then they talk through the whole thing and like, oh well, I want to keep, so I don't have to be that big, you know, like. Yeah,
but it says like he is a real American because he did whatever it took. Like take steroids.
To take steroids, exactly. Yeah, I'm really shocked you didn't put that episode.
Even as a Hulkamaniac, I had to laugh when watching that.
Oh man, yeah, they didn't care what they said,
and that's why I like Beavis, and that's why it's my favorite because they called it how it was. Mm-hmm. This band that they were making fun of is called Grim Reaper, and I guess Beavis and Butthead made fun of I think it might have been this video. They made fun of one of the videos, and I guess one of the guys from the band saw the cartoon and contacted them and was like, "Hey, we have more videos that you guys can play."
Because that's actually making them famous.
Yeah,
it did. We're gonna go check it out.
Yeah. Exactly, because like Beavis and Butthead was like the it thing, and a lot of people were watching. And if your video got on there, you got so many views and more people to recognize you. So it was great in that sense. And No, I remember like the Beavis and Butthead. Remember they were watching I forgot which video. It looks like they're doing like a cartoon. They go, and it looks like a cartoon. They go, "Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer."
No, I don't think I remember that one.
Yeah.
But recently I went on like I think on Facebook I follow like a Beavis and Butthead like a group or something. I'm part of like a group or something. You join like a community, and someone posted on there a link to someone maybe not legally selling like the full box set with the music videos and stuff. So I might or might not have bought that. So because I want to see all those music videos.
I might not have bought that. Yeah, you're doing it politically correct, right?
If they come after me, I'm gonna be like Amber Heard, like it wasn't me.
It wasn't. I was going to donate. I meant donate. What's that noise? Is the FBI knocking at your door? Right
No.
I'll just be like that if they ask me about it. All right. Well, we went through our top fives. Let me like recap our picks. Mayra had number 5 Looney Tunes, number 4 Spider-Man, number 3 She-Ra, number 2 Batman, number 1 X-Men. A lot of action. I think the only non-action was Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
No, Looney Tunes have action too, man. They just beat the heck out of each other.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Very true. Chino had Tiny Toons, Transformers, TMNT, Mask, and Animaniacs at number 1. So kind of like a variety. Some action, some comedy. I had number 5 He-Man, number 4 Looney Tunes, number 3 Simpsons, number 2 TMNT, number 1 Beavis and Butthead. So also like some action and then some comedy.
Your growth, He-Man.
His obsession for He-Man that he doesn't want to watch it anymore.
Unlike He-Man, I could still go back and watch the Beavis and Butthead anytime, except for those early ones. Those early ones were rough, where they play like the frog baseball and all that.
Hey, frog baseball was what got him to do Beavis and Butthead. It was like the first thing they wrote down.
Weren't they on Liquid Television or something? Early on?
I don't think they were on Liquid Television, but I remember hearing like I think it was like a documentary or something that talk about like Beavis and Butthead was Mike Judge. He drew the frog baseball, and then he finally pitched it to somebody. Somebody took it, and that's what started the Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. That now looking back at it, man, not the best cartoon, especially as an animal lover, but. Man, the later ones are awesome. All right, let's talk honorable mentions. You got any off the top of your head, Mayra? You said Beavis and Butthead. Right. Oh, you said Daria.
Well,
right?
Yeah, Daria. Gosh, Sailor Moon. Those are close on my pick. Rainbow Bright was close. See, there's some not so actiony ones. Those are close on my list. I guess Simpsons, because they're close to getting chosen. Gosh, what other ones? I think for now I think those are good honorable mentions.
What about you, Chino? What are your honorable mentions?
Well, I had GoBots, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, G.I. Joe, Messenger, and I just think it's back like some really old school ones that probably you guys Laugh Olympics. What? Or like The Impossible with Frankenstein Jr. What? This is some really old school stuff that
these are cartoons from this universe. What are those?
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera. Do you remember Hanna-Barbera?
Yeah.
They did Laugh Olympics. They did all that. They did The Impossibles.
I don't remember. You remember those, Mayra?
Which one was one of them? Wait. This is something impossible. What was it?
The Impossibles and Frankenstein Jr.
Man, I don't.
It used to be like 3 guys. They used to be like rock stars, but they become heroes. So it's I used to watch it in Spanish. It was Canguro Hombre, Fluid Hombre, and the other guy I forgot. It's Multi Hombre.
This was Hanna. These were all Hanna-Barbera?
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera.
Sound like Hanna-Barbera.
You can Google it.
Yeah,
I think the only Hanna-Barbera ones I liked was, remember Captain Caveman? Hong Kong Phooey? Was that Hanna-Barbera? I said like Hong Kong Phooey.
Hong Kong Phooey, yeah. Hong Kong Phooey is Hanna-Barbera, yeah. Because they were part of Laugh Olympics, remember? I think Hong Kong Phooey was part of the Yogi's team. Because Yogi the
Bear
captain.
Was, Hanna, right?
Oh,
yeah,
was
Yogi
the
was the
Laugh
captain.
Olympics when they would race and stuff?
Yeah,
in the cars?
it was like Yogi was, no, that's the Wacky Races.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Yogi was the captain, Scooby-Doo, and then they had the evil guy from, I forgot what his name, with Mudley.
Like, the one I call my friend Daniel, my padrino, Muttley, because he does the Muttley laugh.
What's the Muttley? Or like,
yeah.
like
I even have Daniel's text tone as the Muttley laugh. And Yvette, my wife, she's like, how did you record Daniel's laugh onto a text tone? I'm like, it's Muttley. But Daniel knows.
It's Mudley.
Daniel knows.
Does he hear your podcast? He's going to be like, how dare they?
No, Daniel knows. He knows that out of love. He laughs like Muttley, the little dog.
He laughs like Mudley.
Okay. There, on my list, I had King of the Hill, which also Mike Judge. For a long time, I hated King of the Hill because I thought that took away Mike Judge from making Beavis and Butthead. So I hated King of the Hill, and then I saw it one time, like, I think it was on Netflix. I started binging the episodes, and man, that cartoon is hilarious. Darkwing Duck, yeah, for sure. DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Tailspin. I used to like Tailspin. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Any other honorable mentions?
Well, I mean,
there's a lot. There's a lot of cartoons out there, like like Wildcats. You guys remember Wildcats?
No,
Thundercats for me.
They were like the bootleg turtles, right? Like another like.
Bootleg. Yeah, it was another version of them. Or like remember I put the Bionic 6. Remember the theme song?
Yeah, the one that explains the whole family.
Yeah, explains the whole family. Yeah. No, there's a lot of good cartoons out there that we used to watch, and yeah, overall a lot of that's what brings the nostalgia in it, and you just go back. I could watch this stuff. I don't know if I agree with you. Like a lot of them would age well. I think a lot of the ones that I used to watch that were okay. I think they age well.
You also like that Garbage Pail Kids movie though.
Heck yeah. As soon as I found out,
that shit's gross.
As soon as I found out that it was on DVD, I bought it.
I think I was with you, like at a Best Buy.
Yeah, you were doing it.
And you got all excited.
Oh, look, it's the Garbage Pail movie.
You've seen that movie, Mayra?
No.
Never seen it.
What are they called?
You remember the Garbage Pail Kids, right?
Oh.
You remember
the sticker ones? The trading cards?
Yeah, trading cards.
Yeah, those gross.
But they made a movie out of it in the 80s. Not good.
Okay. Yeah, we had some of the. Oh man, these were awesome. Like the cards, gross but awesome.
Yeah, the cards are awesome, but that movie.
Oh, I didn't see no movie.
Not so much. Even though Rudy would disagree, Chino would disagree.
Yeah, you get a smile too right there.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if you remember this, Mayra, but it's tradition around these parts to play a little trivia game at the end.
I lost so bad last time. I lose again.
But guess what? You don't know this, but Chino has been on a losing streak for over a year.
Yeah.
Actually, I went back in the archives. The last time he won was against you.
So you're gonna win. Your losing streak is over.
So last month I had I don't know if you remember the wrestler Gilbert, Mayra, but I had Gilbert come on the episode. He had like a super long losing streak in the WWE, and I had him come on and give Chino a pep talk, but he still lost. So maybe
he still lost. Oh no!
So maybe he didn't need a Gilbert pep talk. Maybe he just needed Mayra to come back on the.
Yeah. Your winning streak will be back. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Trivia, no. Brain freeze. No, it's not gonna happen.
So we're gonna do that right after this commercial break.
Hey, Bart, want to trade lunches?
No way, dude. I got each of the 4 food groups. Sandwich group, cow group, jungle group, Butterfinger group.
Hey, there's no Butterfinger group.
Au contraire, mon frère. The Butterfinger group provides the crunchy peanut butter and chocolatey taste essential for survival.
I don't have the Butterfinger group.
Looks like you could die of malnutrition, dude.
Peanut buttery Butterfinger.
It's neato.
Are you guys big Butterfinger fans?
No.
I ate it. You know, I remember it wasn't a Snicker, but you know.
It wasn't a Snicker, but I ate it.
Man, I used to love them, but man, they get stuck in your molars, the middle part.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna play a little trivia game. I'm gonna keep it the same as we did last year. I'm gonna play 10 theme songs of cartoons spanning all decades. So it could be a modern one, early 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s.
I'm getting Shiro flashbacks. No.
But now you heard but you said it earlier last time. The audio quality wasn't so good, right? It wasn't so good. Now you can hear the audio better, right? Of what I'm playing, right?
Yeah, but I'm still gonna.
And just to be clear, you can't see what I'm because you only can hear the audio. You can't see the screen, right? Of what I'm playing.
No, what I can see is that like, intro music. Welcome to
but you were able to hear that Butterfinger thing clearly, right?
Yes.
All right. So there's no excuse for the audio quality this time. Because you should be able to hear it. But I'm only playing the audio, so you can't see what I'm playing visually. First person to raise their hand, I'm gonna call on you. You can't just blurt out the answer. You have to raise your hand.
Wait, that means you have to raise our hand through the
physically raise it.
Oh, okay. You have to do the raise your hand up the more, remember, like we did last time?
Yeah. No, not the emoji. Just literally raise your hand.
You don't need the emoji, right?
No, just literally raise your hand. And I'll call on you, and then you tell me what theme it is. If you get it wrong, then I'll continue to play the theme for the other person to guess what it is.
Okay.
All right. You guys ready? We're going to the first one. I see Mayra.
Rugrats?
That is not Rugrats. I'm going to keep playing it for Chino. Chino, what is it?
Isn't it Rocco's Modern World?
It is not either one of those.
Wow.
It is Bobby's World. Howie Mandel.
Oh, that's somebody's world.
No.
That's somebody's world.
Remember that one?
I sounded familiar, but I was like, oh, it's gotta be.
Yeah, so that's incorrect. So all
right,
we're gonna go to the next theme next. I see Mayra.
Maya the Bee?
It is Maya the Bee.
Yay!
I cannot think of that one.
Let's hear the little song. Hey, new nickname for Mayra, Mayra the Bee.
That's not new. Heard it from my brother since that cartoon came out.
Oh, there you go. Maya the Bee. Mayra the Bee.
Heard it my whole life.
Okay. Now.
All right. So Mayra's up 1-0. Next theme. was it. No,
That was it?
no guess. No one wants to take a
I'll
wild
take a guess.
All right, Chino.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Not even close. Do you want to take a guess, Mayra?
I have absolutely no idea.
It was Invader Zim. All right, next theme.
Welcome to LA.
I see Chino.
That's Tasmania.
It is Tasmania.
And its way up
Let's
to
hear
down
some
under.
more of it.
The sky's always yellow in rain or shine.
Down to Tasmania, come to Tasmania.
When Topsy meets Tubby, they start to spin like a Tasmanian devil and his closest kin.
I just like the theme. I wanted to keep playing.
You like
more.
the theme, that's all.
Yeah, it's a fun theme.
Hey, how come I didn't get a little
You did?
ring?
Hold on.
There we go.
All right, we're tied 1-1. Next theme.
Wow, everyone. My name is Wubsy.
Wubsy lives in a tree. He likes to play. He's
I see Mayra.
Wubsy? That's a
No,
name.
you got to give me the complete name, so I'm gonna keep playing it.
Wubsy the...
That's it. All right, I'm gonna keep playing more of the theme for Chino.
got a bendy tail and he likes it that way. Wubsy, wow. Midget is his friend. She likes to build. She hammers and she saws and her toolbox is filled. Wubsy, wow. Walden is their friend. He's really smart. He knows about science and books and art. Wubsy, wow. Wubsy and Widget and Walden are friends. Wubsy, wow. And when they are together, the fun never ends.
You wanna take a stab at it, Chino?
Well, it's not just Wubsy, so it's gotta be like Watsy. That's what.
What is it?
Is it Watsy?
You were so close, but it's Wow Wubsy. But you said
That's what it was.
But you said Wow
You had an
Wow
extra
Watsy.
wow or what?
No, you said
I
Wow
put an
Wow.
extra wow in there.
No, you said
That's
Wow
what
Wow Watsy. So we're still tied 1-1. Next theme. I see Chino.
Rugrats.
It is Rugrats. All right, next theme.
James Bond Jr.
I see Chino.
James Bond Jr.
It is James Bond Jr. Come on, Mayra.
I told you, his winning streak is coming
You
back.
can't blame it on the audio this time. All right. Next one.
Let me tell you about my family.
Hey, here we go now. It's that time again. Let's take a look and see what's happening. Roller coaster ride, but no surprise. It's life with Louie. Life with Louie. It's life with likable, lovable, completely huggable. It's life with Louie.
Mayra?
I'm going to say it's Louie. Or Louie.
It is not Louis.
Okay, is it live with Louis?
I didn't pronounce that again. That last part.
The live with Louis.
I think
he said life with Louie.
I'm gonna have to. You were close. But just like the Wow Watsy. I'm gonna ding you on the pronunciation. It's life. What did you say, Louis? It's life with Louis. So Louis Anderson cartoon. So there's two more themes. Mayra can tie, or Chino. If he gets one more, that's it. He wins. Next theme.
Horowitz wins, right?
Yeah. Next theme.
I'm gonna lose. I'm already expecting it.
Here we go. Next theme.
No one should.
Chino.
Heathcliff the cat.
It is Heathcliff.
Terrify their neighborhood.
You never saw Heathcliff, Mayra?
Yeah, but I'm just so slow in bringing my
Chino 4, man.
That's
Chino's
81.
year-long losing streak is over.
I just have to wait. I just have to wait for the Undertaker to come back, right?
Yeah. So wait for another year or more of like.
Exactly. Then I'll
enjoy this one while you still can.
Well, there's still one more theme left, so you can
might as well
make it a little closer. There it goes. I see Chino.
It's Goof Troops, right?
It is Goof Troop. Let's keep hearing that little jam.
Yeah. You always seem to work things out. Can't you see you're too overtime? Looking for every time. Report to the Goof Troop. Now we'll always stick together.
You know, fun fact. I actually named my cat after the cat in the cartoon.
You did?
Remember that? A cat named Waffles?
Oh, that's what you named them, Waffles.
I named them Waffles because I thought it was a funny name.
That's a cute name.
So Chino, man, you won.
Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, clap.
The losing streak is over.
It's just like my career, dude. It's like I only get victory once in a while.
Yeah, when I was looking at the archives, I was like, damn. The last time he won was Mayra was on, and I was like, oh, Myra's coming on. So you were just what the doctor ordered, I guess.
Yep. I'm never gonna win any of these. That's it. If you invite me back to anything cartooning, and I'm gonna watch a shitload of cartoon theme songs.
You got a whole year to prepare. That's what it is. Hey, the other time I was so close from Crush to Smash.
He was getting closer and closer every episode.
I was getting closer and closer.
Even like when you guys would do wrestling one, you still lost? I thought you were the king of wrestling. Anything wrestling.
Not when it comes to Mario coming up with one name and coming up with 12 questions between so many WrestleManias and so many years.
Yeah.
So many SummerSlams.
It's because sometimes Chino is on and sometimes he's not on. He's like
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Exactly.
But today he was good.
All right, well that was the end of the game. We're gonna take our last commercial break and come back and wrap things up.
Big loader, put it together and what do you get? The big loader construction set. Load it up, truck along, dump it out. Big loader, big loader works all day long. So I'll sing this big song. Load it up, truck along, dump it out. Big loader, load it up, truck along, dump it out. Big loader. Just told me to think of it.
I spent like 15 minutes trying to remember this commercial, like what it said. I was like, big boulder, big builder. And then it came out, big loader. Do you guys remember this commercial?
No.
No, man, I used to love this, the little theme of this commercial. Big loader.
I had Tonka trucks that I destroyed. Does that count?
Yeah. I think it was kind of like a Tonka trunk, but it was made by Tommy.
Oh, Tommy! I remember Tommy. I don't remember Big Bowler.
You do? I only remember the theme. I used to love that theme as a kid.
I remember Tony. I do remember the brand, but I don't remember the actual toy you're talking about.
I only remember the Tommy candies with the little bear, the little Mexican candies. Tommy, you guys remember those? Had a little bear, and it was like a white and red wrapper.
Was that right next to the Lucas?
Yeah, but this one you could actually handle. It was just like butterscotch.
Nothing spicy. Oh yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Tommy. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of the show. Wanted to thank you both for coming on. Chino, recurring guest on here. Thank you, and Mayra for finally agreeing to come back on after begging and bribing and.
Just wait another year.
When I'll be back again, if I will be.
She'll be back next year.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the Undertaker visit, you know.
Yeah.
The WrestleMania spot. That's the way it works.
We'll see. Maybe in the next 2 years, are you still doing it?
Maybe when we do the junk food one, we'll bring you back on.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
In a year from now, right?
Is there anything you want to say to your listeners out there, Mayra? Anything you want to plug? Remember, I told you brought in the some of the international listeners last year.
I did. They're probably just laughing at me getting Chiro wrong. No, nothing to plug. Just this was fun. Even can't believe there was some nice 80s music, kind of like cartoon songs that had me dancing and laughing. So it was fun. Maybe another year I'll come back.
Look, I'm looking at the episodes right now on my Buzzsprout account. The episode you were on has the second most downloads still to this day, and I think I have 21 episodes right now.
Oh,
we got
the first. Who beat me?
I think it was the first one I did with Chino. All time favorite WrestleMania matches.
Oh, it's wrestling. I can't compete with that. Yeah.
But look, downloads, the episode you were on: Germany, United Kingdom, Brazil, France, Mexico, Belgium, Japan, Italy, Russia, Denmark, India, Honduras, Poland, Hong Kong, Ukraine, South Africa, Slovakia, Canada, Peru, and Argentina.
What?
So see what,
really?
So maybe next year you can make 2 appearances.
Nah. I think it was just a fluke. I think it was a fluke. We'll see what the ratings are for this one.
What about you, Chino? Why don't you plug your stuff? Let them know where they can find you on the social medias, where they can find you in the wrestling ring.
Okay, so yeah, you guys can find me at Dance Chino Dance. That's both on Twitter and Instagram. You could also check me out. I wrestle for Wrestling Pro Wrestling. That's at Wrestling Pro Wrestling on Instagram or at Wrestling PW on Twitter, and at Compton Mania, which is a new fed that's coming up. So I've been working with them. But yeah, that's where you can check me out. And if you check my Instagram or check my Twitter, I put up the events are coming up. So
that's
how
cool.
You can follow me.
Very cool. As of for me, I got a website, retrotiburon.com. You can go on there and check out all the episodes, the archives. You can leave me a voicemail. Bottom right hand corner, there's like a little purple microphone. You can leave me a voicemail, sing a song, read a poem. I don't know, do a funny impersonation. I'll play it on the podcast as long as it's not like super racist or anything like that. Otherwise, you can also find me on all the social medias, Retro Tiburon. Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys want to leave us with a song or something? Or should I let my buddy Joe-esque lead us out with the music as always?
Yeah, you should let your buddy lead you out with the music. Cause are you throwing his socials out?
Hey, why don't you promote it for me? Joe-esque on Spotify, YouTube Music. Pitch it.
For Joe-esque on Spotify. I messed up that one up too.
I think maybe I'll just put a link. So for the listeners,
you put the link.
Links to Chino's and my stuff and Joe-esque also, his music. Check it out. Show notes of this episode.